A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this energy reading, this collective reading for all of you people who are in the ascension journey, who are doing inner work. And before I go any further, I would like to tell you that you can get my book In the Name of Love, A Journey of Finding Your Ultimate Soulmate on Amazon Kindle, which is where you get the latest edited version. Any other copy you buy, especially paperback, it may not be coming via me and it may be very old as well. You can also become my Patreon and support this content that I've always been making with the intention of healing this community and collective. And for those people who want one-on-one sessions, personal reading, tarot readings, energy readings, and therapies, which are based around number 1, karmic release, number 2, 3D to 5D movement, negative memory release. We have lots of negative memories. If we don't release them, we keep attracting similar and more negative experiences. So we release those memories from our DNA and we can attract better. And you can also get into chakra alignment therapy with me. One more interesting therapy that I do is narcissistic abuse release therapy. This is for those people who feel very strongly that those shards of narcissism or those emotions of narcissism that were given to you in your childhood still keep on creating experiences for you that take you to narcissistic partners or the runner-chaser dynamic. It's like a never-ending feeling with the narcissistic people. Then you can get into that as well. So now let's dive deep into this collective reading. So whosoever I'm talking to or whosoever's energy I'm picking right now, I can sense that you are an empath and you are somebody who has learned a lot in their life through failed relationships. Yes, you've had experiences in relationships. It was not like you were purposely trying to be a player or you wanted to use people. You're the type of person who always believed in love whenever it came into your life, and it always came when you were not expecting it, but it also came like kept coming around. Every time you had a heartbreak, you nursed from it, you healed from it, because whosoever I'm channeling is also an attractive person, physically or sexually attractive person. So you end up attracting people towards you. Though you were looking for true love, but sometimes you don't get it. I can see the energy of a person who seems to be attractive in the sense, first of all, it can also be a man or a woman with this type of energy, 9 of Pentacles. It's not gender specific. And someone who also seems to be carrying the energy of the world, like a person who would meet you, who would see you for the first time or connect with you, would probably be like, okay, this is a really cool person and I should be with this person. But when you're gonna be learning lessons from heartbreaks, then I wanted to complete the statement that sometimes you don't get love that easily, or sometimes on purpose it's your contract to be in a type of simulation where you're gonna meet more people. This is also like the universe's simulation, which means one in many or one via many. I feel for a while you could have also judged yourself for being in relationships, not just 1 or 2, but more than that. I also sense that you are a bit afraid of relationships now. This obviously card was shown to me not as if that someone is around you, but I was shown that you do get offers even now or proposals, but they don't seem to be of your league or of your level, and you have actually transcended a lot and you have grown a lot as a person. You are really looking for a space like this, where you have the spirit guide energy, the loyal animal energy, the white pure loyal animal energy. You have the tower behind as a source of strength, and you have the healed divine masculine and also the healed child, the 10 of Pentacles kind of energy. Till the time you don't get something like that, you don't want to settle. And maybe this collective reading is sort of a validation for you that if you make your mind onto something, God always tests us when we are shifting. Every time we shift, every time we do a quantum leap, just before we get that kind of energy, we always go through some kind of negative experience, or we go through some kind of fear, or maybe we also have to go through a phase of solitude, a phase of hermitage, and a phase where you don't accept just about anything or everything, because you're not desperate at all. You're not desperate for a relationship. You don't want to compromise on your values, and you also don't want to leave this full energy space, because it makes you feel very confident. It makes you feel very independent. You don't want to give it up for something that you feel may not be up to the mark, and you don't have any type of you're afraid of those relationships, is what I meant to say, which are very materialistic in nature. Relationships that are very typical, predictable, there's an element of lust in it. You're afraid of those relationships. You don't want to get into that space anymore. And you can just sense by the language that people speak, the words people speak, the vocabulary people speak in, you can recognize, like, you got a foresight, you got really good intuition already. And I'm being shown that you do have a bright future ahead. You do have a bright future ahead. So all of these things are there. And I'm not doing this reading to distract anybody from the energy of asexuality or distract you from enjoying your hermitage. This is just given to me along with 1616. 1616 is also trying to tell us that if we remain positive about something, no matter what the physical reality looks like, how dark or dismal or difficult it looks like, if you are positive about something, that thing, whatever you feel that you deserve to get, or you're worthy of it, or that energy is worthy of you, it is definitely going to happen. It's not about patience, perseverance. It's just about enjoying your life the way it is. Just being in the flow, just being in the present moment, taking every day as it comes. I think now your ascension journey is also propelled to a much faster speed. Lessons come in quickly and much more faster for you. You feel like you do need the good hand holding. You feel like, yes, it's okay for you to work on yourself. You're not that type of person who thinks that you don't need any work, but you also enjoy the space that you're in right now. You like videos like these, maybe content like these, good people's energy around you. You like to be of service, you like to be of help, but at the same time you like to rest it out. Maybe there was a time when you were just at it, be it work, be it career, be it money, even inner work. Now you want to get into a routine, or you are already into a routine. Or maybe you want to stabilize that routine. Like if you give yourself time morning and evening, or you do some kind of chanting every day, especially as I keep talking about solar plexus, if you work in that area, or if there's anything else that makes you calm and composed and positive and peaceful, you like to stick to that. You have made a better, you can say, schedule in life. You love yourself a lot, you love yourself a lot more than how you were loving yourself before. And you can see that this is a very gradual, and this is a very, you can say, yeah, it takes time. It takes time to be where you are right now, and you're happy about it. So the bad relationships, the failed relationships, or more than one, many relationships you had, 3, 4, 5, whatever number, you don't regret them anymore. If those people come in front of you, you are empathetic and you're kind. You don't judge them. You don't judge them for anything. You don't judge yourself for anything. You have actually stopped judging yourself. Yes, there was a time when you have said to yourself that how could you be in that relationship? How could you be with that person? Why didn't you see it coming through? Why were you so innocent? And things like that. But now you don't do all of that. You also realize that you made a lot of mistakes too. You also realize that you also needed a lot of, tweaking and pruning and whatnot, polishing, and sometimes just some kind of thrashing happened in your life. But you came out beautifully from it, and that's what matters to you. you have started embodying this energy. It's a beautiful energy to be in, the lovely balance of emotions. You don't you actually try very hard that your moon is not out of balance, because actually it is moon. If you can control your emotions, you can control everything. The sun becomes much better. The sun energy, the provider energy, the masculine energy can work much better if the moon is stable. So every time you catch yourself going through emotions that you feel don't belong to you in your aura, you just emotionally detach. And sometimes you cannot avoid those situations, because situations just happen, challenges happen, right? But you face those situations and you like to come back to the energy of Fool, which is more of the energy of surrender, being yourself, just chilling. There's a very popular saying which says pressure creates diamonds. So you have been into that pressure and you are shining like a diamond, but this is to acknowledge where you have come from, where you have been so far. However, whosoever I'm channeling, I also sense this really strong feeling that there are times when you do feel lonely, and when you question that loneliness, you feel like telling yourself that you should be more grateful. There are mixed feelings in your heart, because what you have achieved so far spiritually, in your mind, mentally, emotionally, is something you value, but at times you do feel tired, which is why you want to maintain those things that keep you emotionally strong and healed. You very strongly feel that pressure is good for growth, but too much pressure is unhealthy. And you want to maintain the right amount of pressure that can help you in your healing, in your journey. But sometimes you feel that you also need to remain dedicated. And I think one thing that you're working a lot on is a schedule, or is coming to a proper calendar. This is what you're practicing right now. About love and about relationship, you have a lot more clarity than what you had in the past. You have a very strong footing in this field now. You have established yourself, you know what's happening and what you need and what you don't need. And even though sometimes you feel a bit lost, but it's okay. You don't get that lost sometimes. This also comes from a need of having strong boundaries in your life. You feel that you need to maintain your energy, your positivity, and getting into a dark pit, getting into that dark zone with certain kind of people, even if it's for good. Sometimes you get into things and situations because you want to help another person, but you don't want to take all of the responsibility. You feel that a lot of things actually happen on faith. A lot of things also happen because of God's will and wish. And whatever God has decided for us, every single day, every single minute, everything is planned. When we let it go and we let God do everything, let Source do everything, let the Masters do everything, let it happen on its own, it really works much better, and that correct amount of pressure is built if it's needed. If it's not needed, if pressure is not required, then it will not be built. But wherever it is required, it will not be over pressure or extra pressure or things like that. You also want to be aware of your energy, and you want to be the person in charge now. So you don't want to allow anyone else to enter your aura, enter your energy field, and just create some kind of disbalance. If you like certain people's energy around you, if you feel that they're contributing in some positive way, then you are definitely going to collaborate with them, collaborate with their energy. I am picking on to the energy of person who values their time, and you have come to that level where you understand it's so important to be in the right space, in the right place. If in case that is not what the outside world is reflecting to you. It may have been a result of certain choices you made, certain attachments you had, certain emotions you displayed, or certain things you felt drawn to, but you're actually seeing it like a lesson. Whether it is a romantic relationship, I mean, in this context, everything cannot be a lesson coming from romance. Some things have to come from other connections and relationships also. And I think this selective energy also comes from a lot of other things. Like nowadays, it's become like an addiction pattern for a lot of people to be scrolling on the phone, on internet all day long, looking for something to watch. Everybody is watching reels or shorts or something, and that can be a distraction. It can distract you. Like somebody was telling me the other day that they were looking for something. They had just opened the phone to look for something, but they realized that after 45 minutes or 1 hour, they'd totally forgotten what they were looking for, and they had watched like so much content, and they didn't even realize how 45 minutes went by. It was only when they saw the phone. And this is also happening with phone calls. Like people call you up and you're on the phone for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. Doing what? Unnecessary small talk that does good to nobody. And you realize that some people just do that. Some people just pick up the phone and make a long call. They just talk about things that kind of take your energy, take your interest, and they can even question you. Where were you? Why didn't you talk to me? Why didn't you speak with me? And every time they call you, it's always something urgent. But when you talk to that person, and there are multiple people I'm being shown, it's not like those people are bad. It's not like you are bad or they are bad or your intention is bad. But you are also becoming selective. This is what I'm picking on from the collective, whosoever I'm picking on, that you don't say that people are good or bad. You just say that you want to be selective about where you put your energy. If it is going in a really productive space, and you know best, you know much better what is a productive state for you and what's not. And as I said, you are careful about rest, taking rest. You're careful about being selective of how long you're going to be on the phone, whether it's a phone call, whether it's scrolling, whether it's doing anything. And along with it, like if you have a business which runs on the phone, which runs on the computer, you can't help it. Like so many businesses have nowadays become very online and phone and laptop and internet oriented. Then also you want to give time to a certain practice, to something that keeps you very relaxed, calm and focused. So yes, this reading is definitely about someone. It's not gender specific. You are somebody who is, I feel you're a person, you're a marriage material. That's what was given to me. Yes, you're the type of person people would want to spend their life with. You're very loyal, very committed, but you also don't want to do those things like get into relationship or marriage or commitment, because now you are not on that zone, on that radar. So that's why you have become so selective. Imagine being so selective, imagine being so careful, conscious and aware, and then being expected to get into a materialistic relationship or a materialistic union. It doesn't work, right? It doesn't sound correct. Time is very valuable to you. You don't want to give your time just about to anyone. And I think in the last 1 or 2 months, maybe you can say half of March and of course April, whatever has gone so far, and even before that, in bits and pieces, you had this experience of getting drained because you were just so sympathetic. You had so much empathy, or you were so curious just to know about what people want, what people do. In your curiosity, empathy and innocence, you realize that you actually got drained and you had no time left for what you love to do, while people, they're just doing whatever they want to do and they're doing good in that. How come they do those things and you don't, because you're a person, you have a single eye focus kind of thing. If you're focused on someone, you're very much focused on that person, that energy. So it takes you time to get out of it. So you don't want to be that way anymore. And this has not been a long-term thing. I think this happened since last year only. Some tough lessons were given to you last year, after which you started changing your style maybe. I'm being shown work related, career related. You make some big decisions, some important decisions, which also give you fear at times. Those decisions, sometimes they make you feel scared because things don't happen, in the right format. Sometimes you feel, or there are some delays maybe. So they just scare you and you don't want to be in that zone of fear, because the energy of fear, if you're in the fear frequency is what you are actually trying to work on also the most right now. On and off you touch that frequency, on and off you get into that zone, and you don't want to even think about those things, certain things that trouble you, because you made some big shifts. So I think those who understand this, those who resonate with it, would have understood so far whatever I'm saying. If you are here and you're present, then drop a comment which says I am present with your location. I would like to thank you for being here. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for being a Patreon. And thank you for giving so much love. I really value, appreciate your love, your presence, because the presence that you're giving to me here is getting into something good. It's gonna help you in your inner work. This video message is also a validation. This collective reading is also acknowledging whatever you're going through inside your mind about the same subject. So I will see you in the next video. One love, peace out, and Victory to Ram.